You can only be you, baby. No. Hello, everyone. How have you been doing? It's been a while since we've done a podcast, so welcome back to another episode of You Can Only Be You.
Investing in mindset, health, and wealth, and I'm Ucoby.
So we're here to talk about some things that we learned in 2020 and takeaways, and then things that we are doing to move forward from 2021 to 2021. So
from 2020 to 2021.
Yeah.
I mean, first and foremost, thank God we got through that year. It was hard.
We knew we were going to get through it. You don't have a choice. We knew we were going to get through it.
Get through it. Don't have a choice. I like that.
Yeah, we knew we were going to get through it.
But my takeaway from 2020 is being accountable. That was probably the biggest thing, and self-sufficient. Accountability, meaning accountable what I say and what I do, doing what I say. Accountable with my family and my time, my wife. Accountable, and self-sufficient, not really dependent on outside. I feel like 2020 forced everybody to really look at themselves and like, what are we doing? Like, what? We're not essential, are you essential? What's really essential? And so a lot of the jobs that people had might have been non-essential, and they're looking like, oh man, that's not a good feeling. So it forced them to be more self-sufficient, get their own. I think a lot of people started businesses. A lot of people got guns. That's count as self-sufficient. A lot of people also invested into themselves, whether it was health, finances.
Yeah.
What about you?
My takeaway was pop your bubble. 2020 definitely was one of those years that kind of got everybody outside their own bubble. So if you lived in a bubble, if you were introverted, if you lived within your own little hub, 2020 kind of took you out of there. And if it didn't, then
I think it forced me into my bubble. I was so concerned.
It made you concerned about other things. Yeah. So you definitely researched things that you never would have researched. You definitely learned things you never would have learned. You definitely opened up to what's happening around you, the world.
Yeah.
Definitely looked at other cultures and other parts of the world. Then, I wasn't thinking about that until... Yeah. So I would say 2020 definitely popped my bubble.
You mean like, over in China, they got this thing called the bat virus, and all of a sudden, we see it, we just don't know.
It popped my bubble as to false sense of security, things like that, like just the poverty gap, technology, and it's all overwhelming, and historical facts. It just was one of those years that I feel like I definitely had my bubble popped, and I definitely stepped outside of it.
Definitely everybody then.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
And accountability, because people are witnessing what was happening on television. You see these things. And can you believe we started 2021 off with a riot? Like, that shit crazy.
You call that, was that a riot? Oh, you talking about
the season of the Capitol?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's busting.
Like that.
Bitcoin is busting.
It be like that.
Bitcoin is busting. Bitcoin, we got in on Bitcoin. Yeah. Bitcoin is busting. It's I know it.
For those that don't know what busting means, it means it is popular.
I'm gonna let her give her.
I want to say it means popular.
Version.
Is that correct?
Bussin' can mean anything. Bussin'.
So it can mean doing bad or doing good. Then how would you say that?
Bussin' mean it's literally it's bussin', like it's bursting open capacity. Bussin' mean they got a good thing going.
I thought bussin' mean when you got on the bus and it take you the bus go bussin' people from here to there.
Bussin' means she going. She's what's promiscuous?
So casual language, basically
bussin'.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it means a multitude of things.
It's kind of like
Bitcoin is growing. It is.
There you go.
If you have invested in Bitcoin, then you know that you have gotten some money back on your investment. It has grown. You haven't lost anything. You are actually gaining. So,
Bussin'.
there you go. Definitely investing for 2021. When you look at what's happening in the world and you look at the companies, the corporations, technology, you look at the wealth gap, poverty gap, and who's making money, who doesn't have money. A lot of it's in technology.
The goal is to widen the gap.
So,
but I think a lot of people, that should be the motto for 2021, investing. Like we're going forward, just investing in yourself. Investing in the mindset, because it all starts up here and changing the perspective. And I think a lot of that had happened from 2020, and I think 2021 is just going to catapult a lot of people and like-minded individuals.
Invest in your mental diet.
Mental diet.
Invest in your mental diet. Be conscious of what you feed yourself mentally, and then how that transcends to others. Be conscious of your thoughts and how those thoughts drive you and propel you and make you feel, and how those feelings cause you to behave. That's an investment. A lot of people don't think enough.
You know
but they really don't think.
Apps for that now, like the Calm Mental app. LeBron James is endorsing it. And shout out to the LA Lakers. They won. You know, I'm a Lakers fan. Won in 2020. Was it 2021, 2020 championship? Yeah.
The thing about the apps is that a phone is a tool, and it just, when every time you rely on an app for your own personal mental health and growth, you are basically feeding the AI. And secondly, you're not letting go of your phone. You know, it's like, you gotta be able to do things that don't require your phone.
You gotta balance.
I mean,
yeah, and that's the whole point.
Well, you can live without a phone, but you can't.
Well, it's getting hard because a lot
people,
of
you
stuff,
make it hard.
Well, a lot of
you
this stuff
make
is
it hard.
Into it.
You tie it to it.
I mean,
you tie it to it. Some things you don't have to have tied to your phone.
Punch into work without their phone.
There's options. No, there's options.
Some companies will not allow you to punch in without your ADP app.
You can go to your HR and they'll punch you in. There's options. There's ways around.
I'm just saying, it's getting very, very, very.
It is, but I think you make it harder for yourself if you tie yourself to things, and then you keep on reliant on those things, and then your tie becomes stronger and stronger. Then yeah, you can say that. You can say it's really, really hard, but it depends on what you use it for.
Really, really.
It depends on what, like,
impossible. Don't confuse impossible with really, really hard. I mean, the people that make these things, they even say how hard it is to stay away from it.
Well, I use my phone the best I can for a phone. I mean, I don't necessarily tie.
What was the name of the documentary? It was a Social Dilemma.
Social Dilemma.
Check that out. We just gave Netflix a few.
So we are
we need that.
That endorsement.
We need that.
We are going into 2021, and I know in 2020 we had holidays and COVID, and I know that put a damper on some things, and a lot of people.
No, it opened up because I don't care about certain people being around me for holidays. So
it's
now
true,
I don't have to give that excuse like, no, we're just going to do the family
I don't think
thing.
a lot of people took it seriously.
We're going to do the family
think
thing.
people felt like as long as they were around people they knew and it was their family or whatever, then they were safe. But that's not necessarily the case, because we know from that didn't work for a lot of people. I don't think some people just kind of did what they wanted to do. I do. I think some people did what they wanted to do. I mean, definitely in my family, we did not have any of our family functions. We didn't have Thanksgiving. We didn't have Christmas. We didn't have family game night. I mean, it's all been nixed in the bud.
Oh, no. We were around the people that mattered.
We were intimate. It was a very small, intimate gathering, yes. So I'm just saying it changed, and I'm just curious.
Good.
I'm just curious as to see, though.
Good.
We come from a big family. I do. And we have a lot of gatherings, a lot of social get-togethers. It keeps us close. We haven't had any of that. No family reunion. So I'm curious as to know how breaking up that dynamic is going to matter going forward. Because it's like a routine that just got broke.
Stress-free.
I don't necessarily.
Stress-free, drama-free. And the big events you can still go and integrate with your family. The people that you want to see, you can still see. I
want to see everybody.
I feel that the holidays, I feel that the 2020, yes, it allowed you to be around people that fuck with you. That was always my motto, fuck with people who fuck with you.
Oh, I didn't get to see some people because they might have been sick or they might have been exposed or compromised. So I'm not going to say that on my end.
What do you look forward to 2021?
Traveling.
Really?
I'm looking forward to being able to do some traveling in 2021. Yep. Definitely looking forward to some traveling.
Creating more experiences and adventures.
Well, that sounds like travel to
it
me.
It don't necessarily mean traveling.
Shoot, it definitely...
Yes and no. It goes hand in hand.
There you go. It sounds like traveling. So it looks like we're going to be doing some traveling in 2021. Because, you know, if he feels like that and I feel like that...
Going to more basketball
you can tie them together. We did a lot of that in 2019.
In 2019, I'm talking
well,
like...
we couldn't do anything in 2021.
Well, yeah, we did a lot.
We did a lot of sports events in 2019.
I want to go more.
Oh, I want to do more traveling.
Go see D Rose come play
I want to
Bulls.
do more traveling, and I want to collect more plants. I love collecting house plants, rare, unusual, hard to find plants. I love taking care of them, watching them grow, and the beauty that they can bring. So, my Hoya collectors, my
actually
rare, unusual plant collectors. Hi.
We should go travel and go get an exotic plant.
That's what all travel. We can tie sports, plants, and adventure.
When I say adventures, I meant
all that into travel. So
experiences. I'm actually looking forward to helping other people.
Oh, always
on their financial journey, because a lot of people don't know. It's a lot of money out here to be made, and good things are going to come soon. I feel
it's a lot of a little bit of money to be made.
Yeah.
There's people hoarding a lot of the money, but it's a lot of the little bit of money out there to be made.
But still, it's opportunity out there, and I think helping people. That's what I'm really looking forward to. Helping people with their finances and just their mindset, and investing. Like
And you barter and trading though. You know, people talk a lot about money. Money is great. But you know, investing, you can barter and trade too. You can trade services and resources. So keep that in perspective as well.
That's how they pay for those runs.
Yeah, keep that in perspective as well. That investing doesn't necessarily mean a financial thing. It can mean time. You can invest your time into something.
Also, insurance. That's the thing that I'm gonna hit on that next episode. I feel like a lot of people are missing out on the insurance part of investing. And we'll touch on that, but we just want to give a quick happy 2021.
So another thing is mental health and staying positive when so many things are a no right now, and have been a no. I definitely think it's a challenge. I definitely think switching gears mentally and finding other things that give you joy has been something that you really almost don't have a choice. I mean, there was a lot of things in my everyday life.
Well, it's hard for people
that just got cut out.
It depends on where they are and what they do, and like you said, the environment. And if it's cut off, they do have to find joys in other things, like you found joys in
my plants. One of the things that I did for mental health and staying positive is growing plants, gardening, house plants, herbs, growing herbs for teas, because it's fun to see things grow.
For some people, it was actually crocheting. I've seen a lot of people make masks.
Knitting, masks.
Make their own stuff.
So creative, staying positive, being creative.
Having creative outlets.
Yeah, doing that. Walking a lot. Spending more time.
Definitely seen our neighborhood walk a lot.
Yeah, a lot of walking. A lot of conversations about mental health. I definitely think in 2020 there was a lot more people talking about mental health and staying positive than I've heard a lot of people talk before. I think self-isolation brought a lot of mental health issues from people that maybe didn't even think they had them into perspective. People that were using other things to cope. And didn't even know it. Didn't even know that you were using things to cope. I know for myself, like I have to have something. Like I couldn't go to the gym. It was like plants. I'm not going to stop with my plants, but when I was going to the gym a lot, I still have my plants. But it was just crazy for me to realize that for my mental health, I need some type of outlet. There's got to be somewhere. I got to have something going on, but it's got to be something I can do to myself too. I like that one-on-one time. So I think I like choosing things that doesn't require a team. Like I don't need a team to go to the gym. I don't need a team to take care of my plants. Mm-hmm. I don't need a team
that's
to take a walk.
self-sufficiency. That's
So,
self-sufficiency.
but it helps my mental health, gives me time to think. What about you?
As far as mental health,
And staying positive.
I just stay positive. That's just who I am.
What did you do?
Look myself in the mirror and say, man up. I'm built different. I don't know. I just try to
That's
look
not.
at the reality.
I mean, you
of
come on.
things.
What did you? You got a dog. You got guns. You definitely enjoy doing targets. Something you picked up.
Yeah, but I mean, I always still work out and
So that's what you did for your mental health.
Yeah, just making sure I stay
and help you stay positive.
To stay positive, you be positive. You smile. It can always be worse.
One of the things that,
and like we said at the beginning of this, we had to get through it. So
yeah,
that's the positive in it.
One of the things we got that's positive was an air fryer.
Oh man, that's
Instapot. I mean, woohoo! Talk about something that's uplifting. It's a fun little thing.
Toys.
Love it.
That's all I got.
Well, and then, so another challenge was saying no to friends during this COVID, saying no to family and friends. That's been really hard.
No, it wasn't.
It was hard. I don't feel like you said no to anybody, really. I feel like you definitely hung out and had your friends come over. I definitely think I was like, no, I didn't go to some things.
You get into personal stuff. You give a lot of personal information on these things.
Why you get into that? Sorry.
No, I was just asking. I'm like,
you said this was the topics.
Rewind. You was talking about outlets. You said
cut this out.
No. Yeah, we
can cut this out. So mental health and staying positive. What about you? What's your next thing?
Mental health and staying positive.
We passed that, so that was where we're moving on to next. The last thing that we talked about before, saying no to family and friends.
Oh yeah.
Health, so we can cut that out.
You know, we just
said
no to family and friends. No,
you said that was too personal.
No, you got too personal. It's a difference.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Because you was talking about, I don't even know I was inviting people over doing COVID, man. Fuck all that. No.
Okay.
No.
Oh, wow, you always want to get personal on this podcast. And I'll be like, oh, I'll talk about that, but that's fine. So saying no to family and friends during COVID.
Saying no to family and friends was not that hard. I mean, I think they understood the situation we were in. So most of them understood if it was a no, if it was, we can't do that due to the situation, traveling. I mean, even the situation with breathing.
I mean, it was some challenges to say no to some things. Some people understood but kind of didn't understand because there were people that had gatherings and there were things that went on.
Yeah.
So not to be able to do those things or see people, they kind of understood, but at the same time, you can definitely feel the impact of saying no.
Yeah.
And the impact of not being able to connect with people. Like going forward in the year, I definitely can feel the impact of not spending time with my friends as much and saying no to doing things, not being able to really get together.
But at the same time, it made people realize who friends were and who mattered.
I mean, we're still matters, but I'm just saying the impact.
I get what you're saying. The social, the community aspect, the social is the reach out and touch somebody, reach out and converse. I get that. Converse, sorry. I don't know. I felt like it was harder, but it was easier. It was understood. You know, the hardest thing was having hard conversations about different viewpoints in 2020 and carrying over to this year. Because a lot of people think if you don't agree with somebody, then you automatically are enemies, you know. And I don't have to share the same beliefs as you to respect you and understand you, you know.
Yeah, a lot of people think if you don't agree, it means an argument.
I can understand you, I just don't fuck with
Disagreeing doesn't mean disrespect.
It's like, yeah, I understand you, I just don't. All right.
Disagreeing doesn't mean disrespect.
And we can joke, we can talk, I'll roast you, all this and that, but I think a lot of people think if I disagree with you, we don't. No. And at the same token, yes, you're gonna hang with like-minded people, but those are why you have those conversations to change your perspective and come to the table and enlighten it. So I think in 2021 we still need to have uncomfortable conversations. Because it's gonna help weed people out, you know, and also help understand and enlighten everybody to be more important.
I mean, I don't. So I look at it like this. I don't want to say weed people out, but I think it makes you look at your connection with people. And why were you connected with these people? What was the connection there?
Dimensional friends?
Where did you meet these people at? And why? How did they become your friends? How did you become, quote, so close to these people that you value this, that, or whatever? I think that definitely came to play. I mean, there was a lot of people. You call yourself friends with people that you might have met at the gym or somebody you met on social media, it's a very superficial thing, and I think that came to light a lot in the environment that we are in right now. There's a lot of relationships when you say cut people off or people. I know a lot of people posted, "Oh, I'm not going to talk to this person. I'm deleting a lot of people." And you think, well, how did you know these people in the first place?
Man, for people like that, it's like they gotta announce.
How did you know?
I gotta announce I'm cutting people off.
So that's how I look at it. Like all the people that I know, that I know through my life. Those are the people that I still know. I didn't have to cut anybody off.
Yeah.
People that I mean,
what's understood ain't gotta be.
Well, do I have to cut somebody off that I just met randomly at a job somewhere that I used to work at a few years ago, 5 years ago, and we still are cool on social media, and they made a post, and I'm upset. I'm like, I don't even really know this person.
At the same token, when you said it made it harder saying no to family, it did make it easier to reach out to people you hadn't connected with.
Yes.
Like, cause I definitely, you know, people I was cool. In high school, we reconnected a lot.
I will say this on the reconnection. So you had mentioned previously that this year, 2020 was a good year for people to have a business. 2021 going forward is a really good year for people to have their own business and start up their own business. So when you said reach out, I was reached out to by old friends and stuff, but it was more on a business level. Like they were reaching out to me to say hi, but at the end it was because they were starting up a business or they wanted me to invest or to patron their business or something, which isn't a bad thing. I'm not saying that's a bad thing. That's what I mean. It wasn't a reach out hey girl. It wasn't like, hey girl, I haven't seen you in a long time.
It's called pyramid schemes.
Yeah. So I will say, the reaching out, it was great to hear from people. Nonetheless, although the hearing from them was like, I have a business. Check out my business. Check out my page. Hey, how you doing? I want you to check out this. I'm doing this. So.
And that's going to continue, but it's beautiful. I'm glad.
It's not bad.
Hey, if you gonna sweat and work 40 for another person, put that same 40 into yourself. Hey, if everybody's gonna do it and y'all are comfortable, confident, more power to you.
But support. And I understand everybody's built differently, so there's always going to be worker ants.
If I'm making 15 an hour working this 40, and I can do that same skill making 40 an hour on my own and struggle.
I mean, everyone's built differently, so everyone's not built to run or have their own business. We know everyone's not built to be an entrepreneur, and that's okay.
Yeah.
Although, when you work and you decide to invest your time somewhere, let it be somewhere that you feel good about being. You believe in the values and what that place is doing, because that matters on your overall experience and your wear and tear on your life. That matters
on your health.
Your wear and tear on your life.
All that.
So if you do pick a place and you do want, say I'm not gonna have my own business. That's just not how I'm built. Mm-hmm. Then find somewhere to be that settles good.
It's either in you or on you. What I'm built different.
Yeah, I mean it's different strokes for different folks.
Takeaways from this episode: investing in yourself and also investing in your mindset. That's going to be the concentration for 2021 going forward, spring forward off what we did in 2020 and just striving to do better. Next episode, we're going to be talking about insurance and other ways to invest and multiply your estate.
So don't forget to tune in. We'll see you next time.
You can only be you, baby. Thank you.
You can only be you, baby.